Hello everybody, welcome back to the HO Reborn channel. I'm HO Reborn for you, and yes, we have lost another KVK here in 3488, and today I'm just gonna go over the stats, break down my personal goal, what did we do wrong, and why did we end up losing the KVK. But before we start, if you guys are new to my channel, please do like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss out when I post a new video. With that being said, let's get straight into the video, governors. First thing we're going to be talking about is how we actually played this KVK, starting from Zone 5. So in our Zone 5, we got absolutely steamrolled. And here are the reasons why. Number one, we always, in our, like, at the starting of the KVK, our camp and our camp in general always had some type of discussion or some type of argument that was going on. You could have seen it in coalition chats, alliance chats, and even in my Kingdoms R4 chat, you could have just seen that. And yeah, we were fighting the top one camp in the game in this KVK, so this was already a rough start for us. And losing this zone, we lost. We lost, but remember, to all people, Zone 5 is not an important battle. It just shows how strong a kingdom really is. So yes, we did perform bad throughout this KVK. Yes, I'll admit to that. We did horrible, but we still showed up and fight. That should be the only thing that matters. We showed up, we fought, and we lost Zone 5. Okay, bam. That's how it went. If you guys, you can check my other recap video on how Zone 5 went for us. But moving on, we have Altar of Darkness, past 6. We got also steamrolled over here. Their ball was 10 times as big as us, and they just have so many heavy hitters. Like, I think during one altar fight, they had like a bunch of QSH Shajar marches, and I feel like it had them just like one marker saying only bring QSH marches. And I'm telling you, QSH Shajar in altar darkness fights or whatever, they can really wreck people's marches. Like, our ball would just disappear in like a couple of seconds. We engage with their ball, we have people running back. Like, we should be full sending. We shouldn't be running back, or our trades are gonna be negative as hell. And that's all the fight. I can even show the battle roster here. Let's start. Oh, this is Zone 5 stats. I did 160 million KP here. Then we have our, no, that's our ally. This is our first Altar of Darkness. As you can see, 23 million KP. Our second Altar of Darkness did 8 mil KP. Wasn't really much of a fight, to be fair, because we got slammed. And then I think, no, we don't really. We had past 7, okay. So on our way to past 7, I did 182 million KP here. Wow. But on our way to past 7 was a very hard struggle for us. I'm telling you, fighting these guys, Pharaoh and the top alliances, they were just deadly. They're just too good. They're like very, very, very good. We actually had 9801 and all the other kingdoms. We finally got into agreements. Things are starting to build up in our camp, but I feel like it was a little bit too late because we realized this way too late. So here comes past 7, and we held strong. We got the pass first. Don't get me wrong. I think I put footage up there and like probably another video, but we did get past 7 first. We struggled to Farmville, and it was just painful for us, bro. They were just burning everything we had. Like, everything was burning, 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 left, right, and center. Then our allies came to help, and our allies and us managed to push them back. They were literally on their last 2 burning forts before pass 8 opened up. Yeah, it was just crazy. Past 7 was like a crazy time. As you can see, there's a bunch of battle rosters for me. I don't know how I end up on that side. But yeah, there's a bunch of battle rosters, and these guys, Fair is not one to be messed with. Our allies did also come over here and helped us, and these guys were over here steamrolling 2306 camp, and they were doing good. They were doing good on their side. But I feel like if we were supposed to swap sides, I'm going to go to Kingston now. But before we enter Kingston, I feel like we should have swapped sides with the enemy, with our allies, and let them fight fair because they can hold their ground against fair. They have a lot of players too. Don't get me wrong. I feel like we should have swapped sides because we would be fighting 2306 and we'll be able to hold our uptime because they know that we have some decent fields, but our balls are not really that big. So yeah, so fast forward to past 8 and here we are, Kingston. I didn't do much KP. I was mostly stalling rallies. I was anchoring rallies. So I wasn't really fighting too much on this in Kingston. And I was already drained from past 7. So I wasn't really fighting too much. But yeah, we built out on the side. But the thing about this map I don't like is that how their pass is straight down from us. We had a D88R4 like right here touching the U47 fort. And since they touched that, it was like so unfair for us because we'd have to build up, and they just had like one straight long shot. And you know what Fear did? Like one of their members or some of their members actually came down towards our path. And the only reason why they could have done this is because they were flipping winning. And it only works because you're winning. If not, they would be at 0 past 8, getting ready to swarm it down and walk straight into our ball. That should have been happening. But no, they came to our side, balled up, and started killing our swarm marches. I was gonna open past 8 for us to go to Kingsland. And that only worked because they're winning. They're the strongest camp. So yeah, fast forward to past 8, people, we had like 116 people online in our alliance, or 130 people. And from that point on, we kept losing numbers. People kept trading bad. And the thing about the people trade bad and then they just log off. They're like, okay, I'm trading bad. This KVK ain't worth it for me to play. Everybody's just running. I'm not playing. But sometimes you don't have to play for the trades. You just have to take the trades, heal your hospital, and get back into the fight. The faster you push the enemy off the field, the faster you get things done. And that should be a thing that everybody should know by now. That we're in KVK 7, 3488, and these some older kingdoms too. They should know about this stuff. But I digress. Fast forward in a couple of hours into Kingsland, we were losing ground like crazy. They were free burning us like crazy. They were going over to their allies. Our allies were coming over to us. It was back and forth, back and forth. But Fear was fighting like 20 fronts. They were fighting us. They were fighting our allies. While our allies were trying to cut over here, they built their fort was here. They tried to cut like this. You see this area? Like a little bit above here, they were trying to cut all the way towards the pass. They successfully did, but I find like that was a waste of time because the only way how you would be able to cut the enemy's path, because they had a lot of terror going down to Kings to Zig or to the Troy, and they already had this whole land up here by this past 8 already built, and it's like, wow, okay, there's nothing you guys can do against that. You just have to free burn all those stuff, and they're still online pushing. And yeah, that basically ends the KVK for us because at the time we go into downtime, everybody logged off. We accepted that we lost. Our allies were still fighting strong. They were coming into our VC telling us, "Hey, you guys need pilots. We can give you guys pilots and stuff for them." But at this point, people barely trust other people to give their accounts to use pilots. So you gotta remember that not everybody likes to use pilots, and some people just want to play on their accounts for fun. So yeah, that's how Kingston went, and then they invaded us, and we settled with a peace agreement, and some more stuff happened, but I'm not going to go into that. So yeah, that's how KUK went. That's how it happened. 3488 did come number 1 in DKP in our camp with like 32 billion kill points or something like that. We did come number 1. Also, I want to say GG's. This KVK was well played. GG's to all the camps involved, all the kingdoms involved. I don't think we're ever going to be doing a KVK with Troy again. Never ever again. I think we're going back to like King of all Britain or stuff. KVKs like that. I don't know. It's up to council to decide that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be the end of the video. I think that's all I want to talk about in today's video. I'm gonna have a different video showing all the footage of the fighting and stuff, what's so like ever what happened, and yeah, in a different video. So with that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you guys did enjoy this one. And remember, um, HO loves you, and peace. I'll see you in the next video.